Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maritza. As you guys can tell by today's title, I'm going to be teaching you guys my makeup technique today. I will be showing you guys how to get this look right here, and I'm pretty much just going to concentrate on how I do my makeup, not necessarily what products I use. I do share with you guys pretty much every product that I'm using, but the important thing is kind of how I apply it and how I do the makeup steps, because I have been getting quite a few comments on Instagram especially asking me how I apply my foundation, what type of setting powder is the best setting powder, what highlight I use, questions on my lip color, what's my favorite drugstore foundation, all that kind of stuff, and I'm gonna go over all of that stuff with you guys. Before I continue, I do want to mention that most of these products are going to be listed down below, and they are listed through Amazon, and I am an Amazon affiliate, so every time that you guys click the link down in my bio, I may or may not make a certain percentage from what you guys purchase from Amazon. Whatever products I find though, I am linking those down in the description box. So if you guys want to learn how I got this makeup look, the technique that I use, or if you were one of the persons that asked me any of those questions, then just stay tuned for today's video. Alright guys, so I went ahead and zoomed you guys in. Like I said, I'm going to be showing you guys the main things that I use, and then kind of like what you guys can use if you don't have the same product. I'm gonna be sharing like some tips as well, so I hope that you guys will stay tuned throughout the video. One thing that I really think makes a difference is moisturizer, so I am just using the Drunk Elephant cream, and you're just gonna moisturize like in the driest parts of your face. I still think it is important to moisturize even if you're oily, but one thing I did learn is to moisturize your eyelids. This will help eyeshadow apply evenly. Today, as you guys saw in the intro, I'm not going to be applying eyeshadow, but I think that that is a very important step to keeping your face like fully hydrated and moisturized, and that way like your makeup will go on smoothly. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry, and as you guys can tell, my face gets really red really easily. I don't know if you guys can already tell, but I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry real quick. And then I like to go in with a primer. So this is an all-day primer. This is by Lancome. I've used this before in videos. I don't know if I mentioned, but who sent this to me? Influencer sent it to me, and it just came in one of like the Vox boxes. I'm like almost done with this primer though, because it's so good. It's already like the last bit of it. So I just like to prime like where I have the most pores. So for me, that would be around my nose, and I just kind of like to push that into the skin a little bit like this. And at first it looks really oily, so you do have to make sure that you use something appropriate for your skin. I really like how this one looks, and I like that it has, or I don't know if I mentioned, but it does have sunscreen in it. So basically it's like a little sunscreen. So usually after that, I like to do my foundation. So the foundation that I love with this primer is the Fenty Beauty foundation. I just like the coverage with this foundation. I also like that it matches my shade pretty well. I think right now that I'm a little darker, it matches better than when I first bought it. But another really good foundation, and this is a drugstore foundation, is the Maybelline 24-Hour Foundation. This one is a full coverage foundation. So yeah, it's a really good foundation, to be honest. I used to love this one until I found this, which I just personally like this better. This one just says soft matte longwear foundation, so it does last you all day as well. I usually like to put the foundation on the back of my hand, and then with my finger, I just like to like put it all over my face, kind of like this. Then you're gonna look crazy like this. But you'll go ahead and take your foundation brush or beauty blender, whatever you'll use. I'm not really gonna show you guys the brushes and stuff. Not that I don't want to, I just don't want to concentrate too much on what I use, but how I do it. So the way that I do it is I just kind of blend it down like this. If you were using a beauty blender, you'd be tapping into the skin like this. Another thing I like to do is bring the foundation along like my neck here and just bring it down. Not everybody likes a super full coverage foundation, so if you don't want to do this step, that's completely fine. You can just spot conceal or completely skip the step if you don't wear foundation at all. So right after foundation, I like to set my makeup, and I just use a translucent powder. This one specifically is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. It does have like a tint, so it does look like it does come like in different shades. I personally like to use a dry beauty blender when I set my under eyes and my eyes, like my eyelids. I just do this step so that I won't crease, because I do crease a lot under my eyes. And basically anywhere where you know you crease, if you don't know exactly what creasing is, because I feel like not everybody's too familiar with a lot of makeup terms, it's basically when your skin folds in that area and then it'll kind of create a line. I like to also, just with whatever's left, go on my forehead here and around my nose like this, right here, like above my lip, on my chin, kind of everywhere, but just with whatever's left already on the beauty blender. So that's what I like to do. So now I like to bring back some life into these eyebrows because they're a little covered with foundation. They're not too bad today. If they do get really bad, you can always wipe them off with like a little wipey, or brush them through with like a spoolie. That kind of removes some of the foundation as well. Next thing though, if you guys are curious to know, my favorite product for eyebrows is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow, and I just use like a flat brush. This one actually just came in a palette. You can buy one from Morphe, you can get one from Target. Any flat brush really does the trick. I don't find that using one specific one makes it better than another one. As long as it's like a flat brush, what I do is I take some product from the little container here, and then I use the back of the lid and I kind of like flatten the brush. So I just kind of like rub it like that and then do the other side as well, and it'll kind of like just make it really flat. I don't know if you guys can see that, but with that I will go into my brows. And I always like, I'm gonna show you guys one and then I'll do the other one off camera, but let me zoom you guys in too. Okay, I hope you guys can see any better. I like to do right under the eyebrows, so like just a line like this. Make sure that you start under the eyebrows though. You don't want to start at the very top, because since you have the most product on the brush right now, it might make it look a little harsh. Also, I don't start at the very front. I start like not halfway, because that would probably be like halfway, but half of that. So I don't know. You guys will kind of see, just if you are following along, you should be able to keep up and it shouldn't be too hard to understand. So I do that, and with whatever's left, I do the end right here. So I kind of like concentrate on this like arch here, connect it to that, and then still with whatever's left, I don't go back in for more product. I just fill in the middle right here. And now still with whatever's left, I come to the front here. Now you can go like not all the way to the front, but like right before you get to the front, and just kind of go back and forth. Sometimes you will have to get more product to like fill in any like really sparse areas. Like I know, I feel like I can always go back in and get more like right here specifically. My eyebrows just a little bit more sparse in that area. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one real quick and then I'll be right back. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I usually like to brush through them with a spoolie, and remember, your eyebrows don't have to completely match. They should look really similar. Like I can tell mine are 100% the same, but that's okay. And I do like to do my face next, so you're gonna use whatever contour you feel that fits best for your skin. Personally, I've been using from the James Charles palette. If you have this one, you can do this as well. And it depends on your skin type, but if your skin's like, not skin type, skin color, I should say. If your skin is like mine, I am kind of like I don't know if you guys could tell, sometimes I get red, but sometimes I'm like more yellow, like yellow undertones. So I'm like right in between both of those. And I am pretty light, I would say. But the shade that I like to use is called Benny. And it is this shade right here above the white. That's how you guys can find it easily. I just take any brush. This was a drugstore brush. This one is by Ruby Kisses. And it's just a large powder brush. That's what it says here. And I just dip into it. You do have to be careful not to get the other shades because the brush is so big and the little actual container of like the brush or like the color is so small. So what I like to do is you could even put your hand here to kind of help guide you, but I like to go from the top of my ear to my mouth. I'm not going to drag it all the way over there, but I'm just going to go in that direction. I've said this before. Like I said, you could also put your hand here to kind of help guide you, but this is how I would do it, like this. I'm going to do one side of my face and then I'll do the other side off camera. So once you do that, I like to also like move my hair a little bit and blend it upward, like up to here, and then around like my forehead just a little bit. Like I don't go back and grab more product, only because then I'll feel like it'll look too dark. So I just like to do it like this. You can already see kind of a difference. I don't know if you guys can tell, but excuse my hair, by the way, it's like kind of annoying me. But yeah, that's how I do this part of my contour. And then I just pinch the same brush, no more product, just the same amount. And then I like to contour like the sides of my nose. And I kind of just go up and down and then kind of bring it to the side like this. So like that. And you can like barely tell, but I don't like it to be too dramatic either. For my blush, I've been using the BH Cosmetics palette. This is a 26 color shadow and blush palette. So I just use any blush brush. This one specifically is by Luxia 514, but doesn't really matter. I feel like as long as you know how to put it on. I just use either of the shades, whichever one I feel like putting on that day. I just put like a little bit. With this one, I do like to tap off the excess. As you guys can see, it does pick up a lot. It's really pigmented. And this one, I like to put it in like sort of the middle here, like right above the contour. You can see where the contour is, so right above that. And I just like to go up with this, then down, then up again. And I just like to make sure to blend it like this too, because sometimes it'll look too harsh and we don't want it to look, I don't want to look like a clown, obviously. And that's the only place that I put blush. Some people put it on their nose as well. I personally don't. For a highlight though, I always use this one. It is the shade right next to the white right there. And it is just called, I think it's called Face, right? No, what is it called? Yeah, it's called Face in the James Charles palette. I would just use like a smaller brush, smaller than your like blush brush. And then it kind of, this one kind of comes to like a point a little bit. It's not too pointy though. You guys can see it's very loose sort of at the end. I do use a brush for this, but you can also use just your finger. And then for this, I do apply it right above the blush, but also like make sure you're doing the high points of your cheeks. So it all kind of just blends together once you're actually done. And then I always like to do my nose and my Cupid's bow. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side and then I'll be right back. What I like to do next is I like to take my loose powder, again, the same one that I was using with the same little beauty blender. And I just like to tap into this a little bit. I always wipe off like the excess because I don't like it to be like everywhere. And then I actually go right under the contour and stuff. So kind of like envision a line kind of going from like your ear, I would say the middle of your ear now, to like your mouth, and you're gonna kind of form a line with the loose powder. That's basically all I do. Then that's pretty much it for my face. That's how I get this look. Now as far as eyeliner, I always use the NYX matte eyeliner. This is the liquid liner. It comes in like a little tube like this, and you can dip it like that and just keep using it, because I feel like with the felt tip liners, they kind of dry out too fast. So with this one, you can always just shake it, and I feel like there's always liquid in there. This one has lasted me, I want to say, since like April, around there. So May, June, July, it's about 3 months, probably almost 4 months now. I like to bring it to like a tip, and this is like me doing my eyeliner almost every day, because I do almost always wear eyeliner. Let me zoom you guys in as well, sorry. For this step, it's all optional. Everybody does their eyeliner differently. I personally just do a line and then a smallish wing depending on my eyelashes. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. So that's just the line. I'm gonna go ahead and work on the little wing. And the best tip that I could give you guys is, okay, if you look directly straight, your eye has like a shape, right? It has this shape and then it has this shape. So basically you're gonna follow this line here, as if it were continuing all the way over here. Obviously, you're gonna make it as long as you want, but that's the best tip that I could give you guys, is just follow that shape of your eye. So let's see, like if I was following it, I would do this right here. And obviously that's a really short tip, but you can make it even longer if you like. You can do it all the way to here, you can do it all the way to there. However you like your eyeliner, that's up to you. And then all you do next is you actually just connect it from the top to there too. And just fill in the middle here. I do also like to tight line, so I usually just take the same liner. You can do kind of like a pencil. It'll be like less harmful and it won't make such a mess if you accidentally close your eyes or something like that. But what I do is I just kind of open my eye like this, and then I just go right under the lashes. Not everybody likes to do this step, so feel free to skip this if you like. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try to match the other eye, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so that is how the eyeliner looks. What I like to do next is brush this off just with another powder brush. I don't like to use the same ones that I was already using for any of the other things that I added, only because then it might look too dark or something like that. And then sometimes I take the contour brush and then just kind of go back real quick to kind of blend that line, because I don't want it to look like a white line either. So just make sure you do that. I'm going to show you guys real quick how I apply my lashes. There's really not like a trick that I can teach you guys. I think it does just take like practice, but I can show you guys how I do it. One thing that I like to tell people is keep in mind that you can reuse your lashes many times. I don't know how many times. I really probably used mine up to like 5-6 times even, or more. As long as you keep them clean and always remove the glue before you put them back on, then you're free to use them as long as you want. Another thing to keep in mind is to not add mascara. Sometimes I add it, sometimes I don't. I don't think these lashes have it, but to take off the glue, you just kind of rip it off with your own fingers. You can also use like a little you can also use like tweezers to help you with this part. I usually can just do it with my hand. So all I really do is just apply the glue. And when you do apply the lash glue onto your lashes, make sure that you get like the ends really well, like the corners, and then the middle really well. So I just like to emphasize that, because then if not, your lashes will lift from like either the middle, either the inner corner or like the outer part. So yeah, I just let the lashes get tacky. It takes about 30 to 40 seconds or so. So then I pick it up with my fingers and then I transfer it over to either tweezers. These actually came in like these, like a little eyelash kit, which was this one here. And I can link all of these things down below if you guys are interested. I always do link my products down there. So if you guys have not already checked out the description box, be sure to do so. I always have my favorite products, makeup stuff, like cleaning products, all that kind of stuff. So I will try to link every single product too for you guys, so that would be a lot easier for you guys to find. When you are holding the lashes, all I recommend is that you hold it from the middle, and then you just look down, look into a mirror, and I like to place the inner corner first, kind of like that. Then I just let go, and the rest should honestly just fall into place. I like to do the end now and just push it down. Then I do the middle, because I haven't really done the middle. If you need to fix that inner corner again, you can come back and just push it down real quick like that. And then I just do the other side really quick. Another thing that you guys can do as well is add mascara before you put these on. It'll kind of help like stick the lashes together with your normal lash, like with your natural lashes. I didn't add mascara today, but if you did, you can always just pinch them down like this to just help them stick together. I just find that without mascara, it's a lot easier to clean my eyes after I'm done. The only thing though is I do add mascara to the bottom lashes, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So once I've applied mascara, this is how it looks. I will go ahead and move on to my lipstick. This is where you get to pick whatever color you want. Personally, I've been really liking just the I always use these, but they're really natural and they look really nice too. It's just a, what is it called? It's a soft matte lip cream. These are by NYX. These are drugstore. And I do like to overline just a little bit. I like to start at the bottom. And then when you do overline like from the middle parts of your mouth, not the ends. And with this one, you cannot overline too much because they are not like liquid mattes. These are just like soft mattes and they do rub off. So yeah, that is how I get this look, you guys. I know that it was highly requested, especially on my Instagram. Like I said, if you guys don't already follow me there, be sure to do so. This is my name here. It's just Mommy Life Beauty. It's really simple to find me. And I just post a bunch of photos of me and my son, my makeup on my story. I'm really active as well. If you guys have any other questions on what other products I use, or if I didn't mention something, leave me a comment down below. I love to see you guys' comments. I love when you guys are active on my channel. I love to see my supporters being active, and I love that. And I also like to be active with you guys. So if you guys message me like on Instagram and stuff, I always reply. I always try to be active, like I said. But yeah, if you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe down below. And if you guys are also coming over from somebody else's channel, let me know down below. I love it when you guys are coming over from other people's channels. That is it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.